Welcome back to my channel. This is Stony and it's 2024 already. Where does the time go? I don't know. It's a new year and that means new gold adventures, new videos, and that's exactly why I'm here today. It's a pretty nice day out, kind of dodging a little bit of raindrops here and there, but that's typical for this time of the year. It is quite warm though. It's in the mid 50s, which is nice, so I'm not super cold. The water's really cold. But like I said, it's a new year. I want to do more gold related content. I kind of lost it a little bit from July till now because I started a new job. That's where I've been, and it's taken all of my time, but I want to make more time for this because I really do like doing this. I want to collaborate more with like Secret Creek Prospecting, Evergreen Prospector, GS Prospecting, try and get a hold of those guys later on and you know, work with those guys up in their neck of the woods. But today we're going to work on this spot right here. Little background, this is usually an island. It's just 50 feet from my house. I'm very blessed, believe me. But this is usually an island. It's not covered by any water. Well, 3 weeks ago we had a huge storm, probably the biggest storm that I witnessed in a long time, dumped inches and inches and inches of rain, and this whole thing was covered with water. I mean, the whole thing. The water was probably another foot, 2 feet higher. So I've always wanted to work this area, and I'm kind of forced to today because the water level is so high. There's really no dry bank space to work besides right here. It's very clay, soily. It has root systems in it, but that's going to be good. It has a bunch of moss right here. Moss tends to collect, moss tends to collect gold. So we're going to try and find some mossy gold today or some root gold. So without further ado, let's go in and get her done. Really, any spot you choose is going to be good here. I'm going to go right here. I got to really break this stuff up. A lot of soils. All I'm going to do today is pan. I don't want to use a sluice at all. Just going to pan and see how we do. Nothing in pockets. Okay, good. All right. So the water level is really high right now, and this is usually like a puddle. It's probably good 2 feet deep right now. I can't even stand in there, so I gotta be on the side here. I don't want to fall in. Try not to. Anyway, we're gonna just try to do some panning. See if we can't recover some good little flakes around here. It's gonna be very clayey, very mossy, very rooty. Gotta really break this stuff up. I'm feeling lucky today. I'm feeling good. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna find at least some. I'll put all of my concentrates into a pan. I just dipped my butt in water. That's really cold and wet. Oh well. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna throw this right there for now. Go ahead and do some panning. See how dark the water got? It's been a while since I used the gold pan. I've been watching Rookie Gold Prospector, or as you know now, Gold is Where You Find It, Aaron. He's been doing a bunch of lives lately in his neck of the woods. I'm thinking about doing a live here soon on my property, but I gotta get a Wi-Fi extender down at the creek because I don't have any cell phone service. So hopefully that'll work. That'd be kind of fun. Just do it for a couple hours. If no one watches, not a big deal, but I'll be down here anyway, so I figure might as well, videotape it, do a live, do some live chat. I miss you guys, that's for sure. I see Gold Sluice Fiddler changed his name to Gold Sluice Tinkerer or Tinker. I haven't watched his videos in a long time. Just been so busy. I need to make sure and message him here soon. Probably thinks I ghosted him, which I did not. Just got busy. Busy with life, you know. All right, let's see how this looks. I don't know if you can see that okay. Trying to do a little bit of back pan in here. I gotta wear glasses now. My nearsightedness is gone. Does that make you nearsighted or farsighted if you can't see close to you? I always forget. Kind of doing a quick wash back here. There's a little bit of gold in there, but it's way too fine for you guys to see, so I'm going to slap it in my other pan here. And I'm trying to find some more. I want a couple more. I want more than just a couple little flakes. So I never worked this side before, this area, so I don't even know if there's any gold here. I know there's gold about 10 feet behind the camera. That's where I got my biggest cleanup before. But everything got washed. Not saying the gold got washed away, but it totally changed the way it looks. It's all different now. Just dipped my butt again in the water. The problem with it around here is that our summers are so dry. You know, you don't really think about that being Pacific Northwest, but it could be, 100+ days without any rain. And this creek gets to be a trickle. And to run anything through it is virtually impossible. Like, you can't put a sluice in it. There's barely any water pressure, any water flow. So it's really hard to work in the summertime. And then I told myself not to let that go to waste, because the first flood that happens, my gold's going to be gone. Well, what do you know? I'll find it again here, but right now it's underneath water and I technically cannot dig there. If you understand Washington state rules with prospecting, if you choose to follow that, good on you. If you don't, I guess good on you as well. I'm not here to police you. This is my property though, so I wonder how that plays into it, you know what I mean? Because I own about, well, I guess I don't own it, but it's on my property. Probably 300 feet of the creek. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I'm not quite sure. Never really walked it out. That's just based off of Google Maps. But there's definitely gold in here, and I always, was always curious, like with those laws, does it apply to private land, I'm sure it does. Sure, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm ripping through it. I'm ripping through it pretty quick here. Just trying to see if there's any gold here. All right, a little backwashing. Come over to you again. You can kind of see it, huh? Yeah. Now, normally when I prospect around here, the gold's usually sitting, you know, on the surface most of the time. I find if I go deeper, it really doesn't pan out. But I'm gonna try and go a little deeper here since it is normally on not underwater. Maybe old gold got stuck, worked its way down. Definitely some black sand, that's a good indicator, but doesn't mean gold's gonna be there. All right, see a bigger flake in there now. It just got pushed to the side. That's one problem with the gold here. It's a lot of it's really tiny and it tends to float. It's in there though. I promise you, I'll do a better clean out. Let's slap it back in here again. All right, try and find some more. I probably saw a couple more pieces than last time. If I find a nice piece, I'll definitely show you. I gotta show the goods, right? You gotta show the goods. Like I said, it's not that cold out here, but my hands are, they tend to get cold pretty quick. So, I gotta be careful. Someone commented a long time ago about me wearing gloves. Like I can't wear gloves to do this. You know? You worry about you, I'll worry about myself. You don't know what my medical conditions are about my hands. Yep, just got water in the boot. That's good. I always forget to bring a bucket down with me to sit on, you know? Okay, there's a bit more roots in that. That's good. I want that. I want the roots. I'm going to try and get some of that moss here in a second. Oh, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas too. Almost forgot about that. What'd you guys get? What type of gold equipment did you guys get? That's I'm more concerned with. I got nothing. I got no, I got stuff. Definitely wasn't gold related. I'm not complaining about that. I didn't ask for that. I have all the stuff I need right now. Don't need anything else. See, the other problem about being located up north here in this state is that you can't high bank, you can't dredge, you can do nothing like that. So it's not worth buying any of that stuff. I mean, because if I was allowed to do that, I'd probably be making some larger purchases in that department. But since I can just pan and sluice, I already like the pan I use and like the sluice I use, so why waste more money? You know? Alright, that should be enough. Another quick pan was this number 3. Number trace. Is that how you say it? I'm horrible. Alright. See what we got here. I don't know if I'm panning a bit too fast. I usually go a lot slower than this, but that's okay. Okay, we're getting more showing up. Probably a good, man, they're tiny. Probably a good 5 or 6 in there. Maybe you can see the one piece. It's like right in the middle of that black dot right there. Kind of hard to see. Well, anyway, definitely gold there. Let's slap that one into the other pan. You know, and sometimes it's not hot. That's all right too. But if you don't check, you'll never know. So that was more of the rooty area. Let's go more. Oh, that's some clay stuff right there. I don't want to go really past the water mark because I don't want water to be coming in there. I want to keep it dry. Keep it dry. Remember, if you are working on the roots and the clay, you gotta make sure and really break it up. That will really hold the gold in there. See that root ball? That's probably good. You know what else I've been watching a lot of more lately? Bigfoot videos. You know, I didn't realize that. So I always realized that Washington State had a huge supposed Bigfoot population, right? Like one of the top places in the country for Bigfoot sightings year after year. I was not aware that the Olympic Peninsula, I'm basically on the peninsula, just south of it. It's one of the hottest places in the world for Bigfoot sightings. So, whenever I'm out here, I always, keep an eye on things. I have seen bear, cougar, bobcat, deer. I haven't seen elk. I know elk are around here, but I haven't seen elk like on my property. But I've seen a bunch of animals. You know, scared the living dickens out of me the one time. I was out on my deck. I heard some ruckus. I saw 2 black bear running around. I mean, pretty big black bear running up and down this ridge right here. And I was amazed at the speed that those things can run at through the forest. There's no way you could outrun one of those. None. I don't care if you're an Olympic athlete. You're not going to outrun a bear like that. No way. It was just gliding. It was like a gazelle. You know? It was crazy how fast that thing was. Okay, so I'm about a shovel depth worth here. Got some more some water in here. Okay, this is pan number 4, Cuatro, for our Spanish lesson today. Keep putting the pan down out of the camera view. Okay, I see one little speck come up so far. Another 2, 3, Just small stuff. Just really small stuff. It's so hard to see. But we're still on it. Haven't been skunked yet, which is nice. I'm gonna put this back in here. Okay, 4 pans. 4 pans down. Let me try right here in this moss. Let me go right here. That's some tough stuff. Look at that. Delicious. Definitely mossy. Ooh, there's a worm. It'll be good for my chickens. That is like dirt. You know, I also want to try too is so my house sits up about 40 feet up. Look at this nice piece of granite right here. My house sits about 40 feet up from the creek. It's not in the gully or drainage of it, but it's almost the exact same material. Like everything's rocky around here, right? Oh, look at that. That's nice. So I was kind of curious if I shoved my shovel in my yard somewhere when I'm digging a hole, maybe try and run that through. What the heck was that? See if I got gold in my backyard, as they say. I know it's in my front yard. Because right here's my front yard, but is there gold in my backyard? All right, let's see if this moss and these roots pan out. Remember, when you're doing your pan, you want to make sure you really liquefy that soil, that gravel, so all the gold goes down to the bottom. It'll get there. You know, I've also been critiqued on my gold panning technique as well. Like there's a standard out there, you know? You go back, side to side, back to front, circle, swirls. As long as you get it down here in this little trap right here, you're good to go. I've panned so many times. Practice panning, into another pan. You're gonna always find gold that's, you know, you're gonna miss, always. I don't care who you are, especially if it's really, really tiny. The big stuff, no, that stuff will stay. The small stuff, no one's perfect. That's what I'm trying to say. As long as you find it, who cares, right? All right, that's probably good. This is 5. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Cinco. Okay, this is more of the mossy stuff now, right? Yep, just more mossy. Mossy, rooty, clayey, soily. I'd love to find a nugget. How cool would that be? Or a picker. How cool would that be, huh? Okay. I see 2. They're over here. 2. Same size. Nothing bigger. I normally find some different shapes in here and stuff and sizes. This is all the same size. All right, so tell me this. Do you guys go back to, if you guys have a local spot if it floods, do you go back to it after it floods? And if you do go back to it, how's the return? Are you getting similar results as last time? Or are you getting less or more? What I find interesting on my creek is that I tend to get very similar results all the time. Now there are a few times where I get skunked and I find nothing, and there are some times where I go to a different spot or some other spot and I find a lot more than I thought I was going to find. It's crazy how the gold tends to collect in certain areas. I don't think anyone can really explain that. I mean, it's all theory, because one spot might look like the exact same spot as the other spot, you know. Might look like it might have similar outcomes, but could be the current might be just different there a little bit. Could be a stone upstream, maybe a stone downstream. When I made my model a couple years ago about where to find gold in a creek or stream, based on you know, like the bends and stuff like that, I was actually surprised that more gold stuck to the front of objects than in front of them. So upstream versus downstream, because I always thought of it as like a rock was a riffle and the eddies in front or downstream of the rock would kind of catch gold and capture it. Well, I was surprised when the gold gets caught in front of it as well. Now that's not, you know, the situation all the time, of course, but in my mock-up, it happened more so than the downstream areas of those objects, or whatever you want to call them, obstructions. And I know I've definitely, since then, I've checked, you know, areas that I wasn't really checking before, and I've found gold. So, like the old saying, man, gold's where you find it. That is so true on so many different levels. But if you don't go out, you won't find it. That I do know. All right, that's probably good. This is 6. What's after 6 in Spanish? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. I'm gonna get to the point where I don't know my Spanish numbers anymore. Need to Google it. Google Translate, right? Okay, this is a lot more black sand in it for some reason. Doesn't mean squat until there's gold in it, though. Like 2 pinpricks in there. 2 super tiny ones. Okay, not skunked yet. But definitely, folks, if you haven't checked out Gold is Where You Find It, also known as Rookie Prospector, check him out. He does this every weekend pretty much. He'll go out there and he'll prospect live, and he finds, you know, he's not finding huge amounts too, but then he'll do a final cleanup and it all adds up. It definitely all adds up. So don't get discouraged if you're not finding a lot of gold. The next shovel might be loaded. You never know. You never know. I'm actually surprised I'm not out here more on my own property doing this. It's just, you know, like anything, it's work, right? Make sure you really clean those rocks off, people. It really sticks to them. I kind of like panning right now. It's kind of soothing a little bit. I mean, I like being lazy too and just throwing it in a sluice, you know, but that's why I love that Dream mat, especially that Vortex mat. I could probably run all of this through there without classifying it if I had a bit more stream flow here. It's slow here. It's fast just to the left of me, about 20 feet. It's really cranking right there. I just don't want to carry my shovel over there each time, you know? Also gotta give a shout out to my good old friend, Graveyard Prospecting, Mitch. Also haven't talked to you in a while. I know he's still on the gold. He's not filming as much too. It just gets to be, you know, prospecting is the easy part, right? Filming it, I mean, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just letting the camera go. Kind of being lazy with that today too. But normally, you know, you gotta edit, cut scenes, walk, set it up. You know, for me, I usually do like 3 or 4 takes just for one little 1-minute scene. Not today. Gonna roll straight through it. Okay, so I went a little deeper in this hole. Same one I'm working at. Oh, there's actually a bigger piece that popped up right there. That's the biggest one yet. See some more. So maybe going down a little deeper is the better ticket. So that's definitely the biggest, shiniest piece I've found. See if we got any more in there. Sorry, I know I keep putting you down. I gotta hold the pan up. Definitely heavier black sand, it seems like. There's about 4 up there at the top, but definitely that's a good looking piece right there where my finger was. See, I told you, the next pan could always be better. I also enjoy panning too because I feel like I have more control over the gold if I find it. It's not, that was right here. So I'm gonna try this right here. Yeah, because sometimes I feel like, you know, when you put it in your sluice, it just washes out the other end, which, you know, some of it will. Some of it always goes away. But the object of the purpose of a sluice necessarily isn't to catch all the gold. It's to run more volume through or have a higher quantity that goes through. Because look at this. I did what? This would be my 6th or 7th, oh, I forget now. My 6th or 7th pan. You know, I could have done that in 30 seconds with a sluice. So I found what, maybe 20 specks right now, if that. I could maybe be at like, I don't know, 150 specks right now if I was doing a sluice. So it's all about, sluicing's all about, to me, in my opinion, it's always about gold recovery, of course, right? But it's about the quantity of material that you can run through, because let's be honest, who wants to sit here and pan all day long? You know, I'm doing this just because I miss it. It's fun. But on a production level, you know, if you want to run a lot of material, you want to definitely use a sluice. Everyone's partial to their own sluice. I'm not here to change anyone's mind. I like Dream Mat. It just works the best for me. And now I'm so used to it, I know how it works. I actually, I usually run mine pretty hot. I have the flow going through it pretty fast. I watched Evergreen Prospector's video the other day. I think it's his third video on his channel. I haven't responded yet, but I'm going to comment later on today. He runs his Dream Mat super slow, but he's also using like the Fine Gold recovery mats, so that would be like the mini mat. And he usually has really good returns. It's working for him, so I'm definitely going to try and run mine a bit slower and see how that works. So if it works for him, it'll work for me. All right. Man, my butt is so wet right now. I keep dipping it in there. Okay, let's just say this is 7. I think this is 7. How many minutes am I at? I can't even tell on my phone. Dang it. Oh well. Probably like 30 minutes now. And there's always garnets in here too. Oh, another bigger piece. Okay, so we're definitely getting bigger as we go down further in this particular spot. 2 larger pieces. 3 larger pieces. Kind of hard to see. I'm kind of about 6 right now. Kind of hard to glare there, but the very tip right there. I'll try and zoom in. I'll definitely zoom in at the end. I'm going to try and do 10 or 15 pans, to be honest with you. So it might be a little long of a video. That's all right. You can always fast forward if you want to. Nothing's stopping you fast forwarding. Okay, I'm gonna try and go a little deeper now. Let's just try and go. I said I wasn't gonna go below the water mark. I lied. I'll go right now. Definitely some bigger rocks in there. You know, typically this wouldn't be an area that someone would want to try to find gold in just because of the rock size. Like, I know a lot of people online, they say, and they're absolutely right, you want to go in an area that has big stones, little stones, and gravels. That's kind of like a convergence zone where everything's kind of dropping. As you see here, it's all just little gravels and sand. Right here, it's bigger stuff. You know, down there's bigger stuff. So, but like I said, I can go in those areas and find nothing. I could be in this area and find something. So there's no right way or wrong way. Just go out there and have some fun and find some gold, man. That's all you gotta do. Man, ladies, not just men and women. Everybody can go out there and find it. Bring your kids out there too. I like those videos where people, like I saw the Vogus do it a couple times. You know, everyone kind of does their own. Everyone kind of does the same videos at some point in time, but they just throw a pan down and they try and find gold in that spot. I see another good friend. Oh crap! Freaking Dan Hurd. Sorry. He also does that too up on his rivers up there in BC. He'll just throw a pan down and try and find gold right there. And 99% of the time you're going to find gold. All right, who's hanging with me so far in the video? If you are, I want you to type into the comment, what do I want you to type in? Stoney's the best. How about that? I'll probably get no one to type that in, but that's all right. Okay, this is number, shoot, I think it's 8. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete. Is it ocho? Please, my Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters, correct me if I'm wrong. Teach me. Okay, can we see that still? Okay, yeah, we're high enough. Okay, so I went a little deeper. Nothing big is poking out at me, but I am seeing some more flake in there. I think I counted about 4 in there. These are smaller ones. Let's slap it in here again. I have barely nothing in this other pan with cons. So it's going to be an easy, but I'll definitely take my time on this one when I get there. All right, so that one didn't produce as much, or bigger ones. Let me try and go right. There's a big rock right here I'm trying to get out. Underneath this, behind that guy right there. There we go. And I got this alder tree about 8 feet away. I'm not into those roots that I can tell yet. This is something else. These little trees have a lot of roots in them, but I don't want to scrape into those too much. Okay, I'm definitely getting some good gravels down here. All right, that's probably good. Excuse me. Let's try that. Oh, I also want to do this too. Excuse me. So behind me right here is my little campground, okay? I got a little campground set up down here. We've had a few parties down here. Sometimes we camp out down here. It's fun, right? Anyway, it's been around for decades. People that had it before me played in it down here too. Anyway, I have a metal detector that I barely use. It's kind of just it's not like cheap, but it's not like uber expensive. I want to try and do some detecting down here. It's probably a good I don't know, 50 feet by 100 feet, maybe like 75 feet wide. Maybe I'll find some quarters or a ring or just a nail or something, I don't know. Where I grew up on the East Coast, back near Allentown, Pennsylvania, all that farm area right around there, there's tons of metal detecting possibilities in all those fields, you know, and people find all kinds of cool stuff from like the Civil War and you know, Revolutionary War, you know, time period stuff, you know. That'd be cool. I was just always too young to even care about that stuff. But if I was there now, you know, I'd be checking it out, because we had I think it was about 15 acres of property growing up, from my dad and my stepmom. It was all farm field. Not saying that there was any battles on that, but you know, people always drop stuff. I drop stuff all the time. And most of the time you recover it, but a lot of times it's like really small stuff, you know? You just never know. Just never know. Okay, my microphone's still there. My little foam piece is on there. That's dropped many times before. All right, this is number 9, I believe, now. Getting a little dark out. Okay, let's see how this pan does, huh? I hate yellow rocks. They look like little nuggets. Okay, this is a little bit deeper. And I am on an inside of a bend right here. It's not very much of a bend, but I am on the inside of a bend. But who knows what this was a couple decades ago, a couple years ago. All right, I see 3 and 1 bigger piece right there. Not saying there's more in here. There could possibly is, but we have not skunked ourselves out yet. I need to get a better camera system where I can like point the camera down. I just can't do much with these gloves on and everything else going on, you know? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna keep working this hole, but I'm gonna go over here now. Oh yeah, look at that. Those roots hold a lot of material in them. That's some super clay stuff right there. Super clay. Whew, it's hot. It's hot. Oh man, I keep looking around too. I got a bunch of trees that fell down this year on my property too. I gotta get rid of and make them up as firewood. That's always nice. But there's a big tree that it's always hung over the creek. But man, it's leaning now. It's hanging on a tree on the other side of the creek now. I gotta get rid of that thing. Maybe, I don't know. So I went a little bit more upstream on this. I'm in this this root ball system here. So I'm hoping this is gonna pan out a little better. We'll see. I kind of got to a spot over here where it's there's some larger rocks. It's kind of harder to dig in those right now. Oh yeah, that's definitely, you could tell when you're on the more of the clays because it really gets like hard packed in your pan, you know. And it got dark out like quick. Anyhow, yeah, it just got a little harder to dig there. I don't want to dig it too much deeper than that, to be honest with you. If I open the hole up a bit more, maybe I'll take a couple more scoops deeper, but right now that's probably as deep as I want to go. I want to try and get that root cleaned up so I can see what's captured in the root. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in me doing a live. I really want to do it. I'm gonna try and figure out a way that I can get like a second device out here where I can just put it, like I'm gonna watch myself, not watch myself, but watch the chat, so I can, you know, talk with you guys as I'm doing it. Maybe you guys can show me where else to go or try, or maybe bring some other equipment down here and see if you guys want me to try something else. Okay, I think this is number 10. Man, it's got really dark, really fast out here. I think there's a storm or some rain coming in or something. Yep, felt some drops here. Getting harder to see what I'm working with here. Definitely a lot more black sand. Look at all that black sand. Definitely more black sand. Not seeing more gold, but I'm definitely seeing more black sand. Oh yeah, I see some gold showing up now. This might be the biggest speck count I'm seeing so far. Not the biggest gold. Some of it washed down here, but I'm seeing probably maybe six or seven in that one. All right. It likes the roots. And this is just a small section of, you know, where I'm working at. This isn't, you know. And look at this whole thing here. I could go right here behind this log, you know, right there, and maybe there's more right there. I don't know. I think these root systems are from this devil's claw. I think it's devil's claw or something. I don't know. I'm not very good at names of stuff. Okay, look at that, nice. So also what works too, see all this roots right here? You can take some water and splash it on there. Yeah, it's not working very well if I was next to more water. But anyway, you can splash water on there, have it kind of run in your hole, and then scoop it up like this, right? Basically, you're cleaning up the roots. That's gonna be a good piece. That's gonna be good. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, this is number 11. This might be it. It's getting a little too dark out here. Camera probably isn't showing it very well, but to me, it's getting hard for me to see. Look at all these roots. Look at this. Beautiful. That's nice. You know what else likes that too? The fish. The fish love when you do that. All these are new organics that you're putting into the creek. You know? They love it. Absolutely love it. That's another thing I don't get too, is that, you know, us prospectors get a pretty bad name or a rap for, you know, working creeks, working waterways and stuff like that. When 99% of us put it back the way we found it, and we make it better. We pick up trash. Most of the general public, they go there and they trash the place. They leave trash behind. They walk in the creek. They play in the creek. They move rocks around. They make dams, all kinds of stuff. They ride four-wheelers through it, which I'm not opposed to four-wheelers. Trust me, I love four-wheelers. You know, they take their horses through it. I'm not against horses either. I'm just saying, there's like so many other people use those areas just like we do, but we're actually good stewards of those areas, you know? Not saying that they're all bad, but a lot of them just don't really think about it or care. But since we are considered working it, it falls under different rules, which kind of not right in my opinion. It's like I don't know who thinks about this stuff. Definitely not prospectors. You know? I let a lot go out right there just. A big old rock in there. Get you out of there. All right, this is about what, 40 minutes long? Pretty long video. Maybe I'll cut down a little bit. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe not. See those dang stinking yellow rocks again. It looked like gold, man. Looks just like gold in there. All right, that's probably good. That's gonna be it. 10 pans. My little driveway lights turned on. It's time to go back inside. Let's backwash this. See that piece right there? I see a couple little specks in there. One decent sized one, the rest too small. Okay, this is it. So I'm gonna put this in here. Actually, why did I do that? I'm gonna slap this, I like using this pan, the one I just used. Just put all this in here. Some more water in here. Okay, that's good. So now I'm gonna pan into this pan. I'm gonna work it nice and slow. Do this actually. Go like this. There we go. And I'll work this into here. That way I can just keep everything. I keep a bucket down here where I just put all my concentrates in the bucket. And at some point in time, I'm gonna run through all of it. I have a little recirculating pump with a little sluice. I can run all this stuff through and make sure and catch all of it, but this works for right now. So this is the part where you can go real slow. The pan's a lot heavier because it's all that heavier material. Just let it work off the top, a couple back and forths, re-stratify it, do it all over again. You know what else I've been hearing a lot of lately? Fireworks. I never really, I love fireworks. But I always forget people, you know, Christmas, there are fireworks. New Year's, fireworks. New fireworks are going off the last week. That's some really dark material. That's some really nice stuff. I'm gonna work this section more, not tonight, maybe next weekend. That's another thing too, people. I don't want to like do the same thing every video. I know that's boring to watch, even though I want to do it, because I want to talk to you guys and just, you know, kind of shoot the bull a little bit. But I'm gonna try and, you know, do something different each time. Okay, I'm gonna do some backwashing now. You won't be able to see this too much, but it is just, there's so much heavy stuff in here. My pan's not really deep enough to, there we go, it works a little bit. I kept hitting the bottom, it's actually scooping more of the material back in here that's already in here. I love this GPAA pan though, it's like one of my favorite pans. I think it's called the Gold Catcher. Most of my videos have it in there. Yeah, I'm barely taking anything off the top. Okay, I'll keep backwashing it. Bear with me. About to see the reveal of your life with 20 flakes in it. You gotta be careful though doing it this way, because a lot of the gold like doesn't go to the bottom of all that heavy black sand. Kind of sits like in the, like layers in the middle of it, so you have to do just a couple backwashes. You know, I don't care how good you stratify it, it just tends to, you know, stick to the black sands a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely probably losing some in down there. That's all right. Man, that one yellow piece, just that one yellow stone keeps popping up, and it's just like, pick me, I'm a piece of gold. I know you're not a piece of gold though. I see that biggest flake that I found, it's showing up like in the middle of my black sands. It's not going to the bottom, so I'm trying to be careful and not have it go, you know, out in my other pan here. It is just all black sands. It is just so much black sand. Yeah, there's that big piece keeps popping out the right side of my gold pan. Looks pretty in there, that's for sure. I got more than I thought I did. I'm definitely doing a better job panning, so I'm showing up more and more gold. This is just 10 pans, people. This is just, you know, 10 quick pans. Nothing too big. Didn't exert myself too much. You know, but just imagine if you're down here for, you know, 6-7 hours running through a sluice. I mean, you can find a lot of gold in a short amount of time, if you're consistent. You know, and you keep with it. You'll keep finding it. It keeps adding up. I started too late today. I had to go to Costco. You know, run some errands, do some grocery shopping. Still cleaning up from Christmas. You know, stuff like that. Usual stuff. Okay, I'm really starting to see the gold show up now, and I'm just worried it's all going into the other pan here. Trying to go slow, but not be too boring for everyone. This stuff right here is perfect for my Catch It 2 gold recovery system. Just takes, you know, spoonfuls of it on that green surface, boom. Gold just sticks right there to it. I probably got a good 40 pieces in there, everyone. It's just so embedded into the black sand. Hopefully you guys can hear me still. All right, I'm gonna show you guys now because that way I'm done. Ow. So I'm gonna leave some black sand in there. Leave some water in there. But you guys can definitely see it. Bring you guys around here. Holy moly, 1 hour? Whew! Sheesh. It's a long time. All right. Okay, there's the one piece right there in the center, like right around here-ish. And then there's just a bunch of gold sitting in there. As I keep rocking it back and forth, more gets exposed, more gets exposed. But there's definitely, it's all full of really fine gold there. Actually, there's like a few more pieces that were that size that I found now. So that when I did my original panning, I must have pushed them all into my other, you know, pan over here. But that's not bad for just, you know. There's gold all throughout there. Not bad for what I did. Slap you back up here again. Why is it all weird? Okay. Wet butt. All right, so I'm done. If you can see me, I don't know if the camera is, but thanks for watching. I know it was probably my longest video, probably my most boring video, but we found some gold. Like I said, new year, 2024. I wish you all the best. I hope it's prosperous. I hope you guys have a very healthy 2024. Until next time, thanks for coming by and watching. Stony is out.